What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is Instrumental, and today I have a wonderful video for you. Well, actually, I hope this is the beginning of many videos that are going to come back to the channel, and I realize that I haven't uploaded in months. Thank goodness college is over for the semester. Needless to say, I am very happy to bring you all a video once again on the channel. And today we're going to be starting with some uplink on Infinite Warfare. Now, the whole premise of uploading these videos, which will be a series of uplink videos to start off with, is to show you different strategies and tools to help you be more successful in these competitive game modes. I'm playing uplink in the competitive mosh pit right now for all these videos. So it's not tier 1 players or tier 1 gameplay right now. This is just very scrappy one-on-one 4v4s. I mean, it's nothing like too flashy, but it's good, useful tools that you can use in against any skill level. Some of them will be showing you some of the throw spots in, well, specifically Frost on this video. Good strategies for engaging people, like how I knew that there was a guy right there and I just auto-locked onto him pretty much. But we're going to go ahead and get started into this to help you guys get better at uplink. And if you'd like to see more of this, please let me know down in the comment section, because I have multiple videos already recorded for this, and I hope to show you guys some more information about uplink. So, as you just saw about 10 seconds ago, there was a throw spot, which I think I'll actually show it again this next time coming up, to prevent you from being shot at, so you don't have to run all the way up to the ball to get a throw. I mean, all the way to the portal. You can throw it over that little ball tower thing, and you can get a nice quick 1-point play in for your team. That way you don't have to risk getting killed right out of the door. So you're more protected, and it'll make you have a lot better chance of actually scoring. And they won't expect it to be thrown that early. We're going to continue to watch this. You'll see that I saw my teammate die right there, and the enemy, I knew because where my teammate died, the enemy was in blue, and so I just pre-aimed as the guy was coming out of blue. That is one of the most important tips that I can give anyone that's wanting to get better at this game, is you have to know where the enemies are before they know where you are. The simplest way of doing that is you're learning your spawn knowledge as you play the game more, and whenever you see teammates die in a specific place, even if you're not looking at the minimap, which you always should, recognize where your teammates died and start aiming in the direction that they died. 9 times out of 10, there's going to be an enemy there. As you saw right there, I just died. Now, I had a very poor example of centering, is what we like to call in the Call of Duty community. Centering is sort of aiming the center of your body as you're moving towards the most probable area of interaction with an enemy player. So I was walking through that door, and I wasn't centered on the middle of the door, and so the guy got the better of me. He flew over and shot me from above. So we're going to continue, and another good tool in uplink is even if you know you're going to die with the possession of the ball, moving it forward can help your team out so much, because number one, not only does that give the enemy team less time to get the ball over to your side, it gives your teammates a chance who are already on the enemy side to grab the ball and quickly convert it into points. I don't think that time it converted it into any points, but most of the time, if you have a good team that can slay and has common sense to when to pick up the ball and when not to, it'll usually convert over into points. Now, that is one of the only examples I had of whenever using that throwing spot that I actually died, and that's just because that there were 2 enemies looking at that angle, because I had already used it like, I think, 4 times. Another poor example of gameplay of decision making was whenever I tried to call my streaks right there. This one is a little bit better, but calling in your streaks right off spawn when you know the enemies are in your base is just a poor example of making a bad decision for your team, and if they had the ball there, they could have easily scored. And that's something that as I go along in the series, I hope to improve upon and make less mistakes like that. And I hope you guys can recognize that as I give you all these tips in the videos. That was a nice 2-piece that I got there. So we're winding down the first half and we're up 10-3.
Your team is a satellite drone. A new round follows. Similar strategies should guarantee success.
Alright, now that we're coming in to this half, I'm not sure what just happened with my character right there, but it just decided to do a little 360. I'm pretty sure this is where I'll pre-aim for a little bit behind this little rock. I mean, it's pretty obvious when people pre-aim there, but it's a lot better than being right out in the open in the hallway. Another quick engagement, which I thought I was not going to win, but due to me always pre-aiming, it definitely helped me out in that engagement. And this guy did not want to die, so I used cover while I reload, and then go back and go for the kill as he was running away. That's the biggest thing, is reload, or if you need to regain health, if you're not at full health, you never peek. A little word of advice that seems to always stick in my friends' brains is, if weak, don't re-peek. And that is a huge tip, so if you're in a huge gunfight and you really need to stay alive, just take an extra second, regain the health, because I'm sure they're going to be scared to push you if you've already put damage into them. Now here is an example, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this was a flop 1-point play that I made. And so basically what I did was, is since I knew that there were enemies already there, I wasn't worried about getting the point at that point. I was worried about trying to stay alive for as long as I could in the enemy base. That way it gave my teammates time to respawn and I could be a nuisance for the enemy team. So just shooting behind them constantly, it's making them pay attention to me more than the enemy team, more than my friendly team is spawning back. So they're not making any headway, and I'm getting a few extra kills on the scoreboard. So through this ship side is where most of your points are going to come from. Sadly, I don't think I scored. That was a poor play by my hand. I got a little bit too greedy going for the dunk. I should have just slid out of the door and thrown it in for a 1-point play. But at this point, it wasn't really high stress considering we were up 11-3. My teammate didn't use his streaks to the best of ability. Granted, Frost has a lot of indoor and covered areas, but for example, those Trinity rockets gave us 0 kills, and I think the Trinity rockets in the bombardment that I used this game also didn't do much at all. If you have full streaks, you need to save them for a push or a defensive maneuver if the enemy team is about to come into your base. Now, I'm pretty sure the 2-point dunk we just got in there was actually an overdrive play, so if you have a team of 4, you're going to want to split up all your roles if you want to practice for competitive. Usually the person who is going to get the most kills on your team, you're going to want to give active camo. So this is my active camo play. I thought it was pretty nice. I completely juked the guy, and then I'm pretty sure I kill him as well. A little bit of a shaky shot, but I still get the kill. Next, I would probably say you probably want your overdrive player to have pretty good knowledge of spawns, so whenever they're running around, running through their base, you know that where the enemies are going to spawn up, you're not going to go that way. And those are going to be one of your 2 biggest tools to use for whenever you're running the ball. Now your reactive armor player is going to pretty much go simply for kills and being a nuisance in the base, similar to what I was doing. Since I was playing solo in competitive mosh pit, there wasn't really these designated roles, but reactive armor, most of the time you're not seeing like run the ball with reactive, because that's almost a waste, because I feel like reactive armor isn't as strong as kinetic armor in Black Ops 3. I mean, I may not be certain, but I feel like it's way easier to get killed with reactive armor than it was kinetic. Now, this area right here is the most stereotypical way to get to the base. A quick tip, it is possible for that ball to get stuck there, and I was too distracted by it and I got killed. So make sure you don't get the ball stuck there. So I think it's going to be, I think the enemies are going to push through here. Yeah. So just remember that you always have a chance to, if an enemy throws the ball at you, just throw it right back at them. They won't have enough time in between. If you immediately throw it back at them, unless they just hit you in the head like 3 solid times, they're not going to have enough time to completely kill you if you throw the ball back directly into their hands. So if you can, if you're in that awkward situation, throw it back in their hands, get the kill, and dip out of the way before they can do the same thing to you. See, I self-corrected myself because I didn't know if there were enemies there, but I did see the turret, so I didn't know how far back that turret was. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get a dunk in. So I went for the 1-point play, and I cleaned up for the last couple of seconds with the 2-piece. So we ended up winning 16-5. It wasn't that bad of a match. Guys, I hope you all enjoyed this quick video. I know there were a lot of mistakes, but I hope to get better as the series goes. Thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to see more, hit that like button. See you guys later. Peace out.